I want to do stock up. This could go a variety of different ways, but now we've just seen the most important week of the non-conference season come to a conclusion. We saw Maui, we saw Battle for Atlantis, we saw a bunch of other great tournaments and teams play games that weren't in tournaments. I want you to give me 3 teams that you are stock up for at the end of Feast Week. You also don't have to do teams. I know I said teams. You can just give me 3 anything that you are stock up for if you want to go your own unique individual route, because I know you love to do that, my friend.
That's crazy. Okay, because I don't want to do stock up to Villanova, I'm going to do stock up to Eric Dixon. I'm going to do stock up to Eric Dixon, and this is also in relation to one of my stock down people. Eric Dixon is a mismatch for a lot of college basketball bigs. I think he has gotten better throughout his career. Obviously, I think he's going into maybe his 4th or 5th season at Villanova, but he has just expanded his game. And I think he does a great job at knowing what to do based on who's defending him. Like, you know how we came to this season and we were like, Coleman will elevate his game by realizing if a smaller guy's checking him, post up. If a bigger guy's checking him, do something on the perimeter. I think Eric Dixon does an amazing job of that. And that's not even speaking to like his talent. I just think he does a great job that if he has a big that he can physically dominate, even though he's only about 6'8", he does it. If he has a bigger big who's maybe less fleet of foot, he has the ability to knock down jumpers. So I think he does a lot for that team. And I was just overall impressed with him because I feel like he got put towards the wayside this offseason with all the motion and things that they have with transfers at Villanova. So I just want to send a shout out to Eric Dixon.
Where is he on your top 10 players of all time list? Because certainly his BMI qualifies.
Yeah, but there's got to be some winning that backs that up.
Oh,
all my guys got high BMI and high banners.
Fascinating. Okay. I like that call. Why don't you do all 3 of yours and then I'll jump in.
All 3. Okay. This might surprise you. Can I give BYU as a winner of my Feast Week?
No, they're not on my list, but I had a whole thing for later this week. I want to do a segment on like just teams we are not going to quit come March. Like, mark this team down, potential Cinderella. I'm picking BYU to the Sweet 16 minimum. I can already tell.
Okay, so I'm gonna save my long-winded thoughts for when we do that later in the week for this episode. But just know, I'm buying this BYU team, and not in like a BYU like they're good in the WCC, like watch out for BYU way. Like BYU's a legit good ass team this season. Like what? Like you don't want to play BYU.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I'm so impressed with their offense. I think they have just better individual talent than I realized. And they also have like, it's hard for me to shake the BYU stench a little bit. You know what I mean by that? Just like, It's not fun to like outwardly proclaim you're a BYU fan unless Jimmer's there.
Like TJ Hawes and Eric Micah still played for that team.
Yeah, but I can almost get there with Hall. I really can. Like, don't you love him?
Oh, I love Hall.
He's really fun.
Waterman has that generic W tat on his shoulder, and that's it. Like, I'm in on that.
Yeah, there's some really fun stuff to like here. I love that pick. Good call out by you. Give me a third one.
Third one, I'm going to have to go Oso Ighodaro.
Wow, that's your boy. You've been gassing him up for weeks now.
That dude's so damn good, man. He does everything. I already am predicting that the Warriors are going to pick Oso with the 28th pick, and he's going to be absolutely special in that role on that team. Like, he's just that good. He's a great leaper, great defender, great pat. Like, great. He really does everything well, and he gets better every game I see him. I still stand by my take that he is the second best big in the country. That's who I'm picking behind Zach Edey. So, yeah, Oso is my third winner.
Yeah, I still hate that take so much. I just think that's horrendous. But
I know you do. It's fine though.
It just move on, I guess. That's all.
Yep.
Okay. All right. You ready for my 3?
Please.
Stock up. This is a team that I've talked down all offseason, and I'm ready to have my, I think, first loud I was wrong about this team moment of the season. Baylor's really good. They're really, really good. I like them. And I know I shouldn't be impressed with just like a 4-point victory against Todd Golden, but dare I say, I think Florida might be pretty good too. I like what I'm seeing from this Todd Golden team. More importantly, Baylor's undefeated right now. They've taken care of business against the cupcake opponents they've played. They had the comeback win against Auburn, and I thought Auburn played great in that game. And then to me, Florida played really well in this game, and Baylor was still up 10 for most of the second half. They got a great Riley Kugel game. He had 25, 9, and 3, 4 for 6 from 3, and it still wasn't enough. Like, this Baylor team, I still don't think they have the brand name superstars that they have had the last 5 years in their good versions, but Jacoby Walter could be that by the end of the season. And while I still have some issues with Ray J. Dennis, and I don't think he would have elevated Illinois a ton, he's a bucket in a way I didn't realize.
Ray J is a bucket, and I didn't realize that either. Like, you brought that, like, Ray J's a bucket for real.
Yeah, he's a bucket, and I like Jaden Nunn. He didn't shoot well in this game, but I like how he's kind of integrating with them, because Nunn's not going to shoot 20 times in a game. I feel like last year there were some issues where, like, Cryer was upset that Keontae was shooting, or Flagler was upset. This year, like, I don't think Nunn cares if he's not shooting as much as Ray J. Dennis, and I think that works. Jalen Bridges is still, I mean, God, talk about a transfer miss. If Jalen Bridges had picked Michigan State, y'all are killers. He just starts where Malik Hall is, and it's perfect. He's so good. And then they got depth, too. Like, they're bringing the right guys off the bench right now. So I was wrong about Baylor. This team's good. Ray J did keep Florida in this game about 7 different times with a horrible turnover, though.
But that's the beauty of that. That's a player we love. We love a player that gets a bucket, but also throws a turnover or 2 in there to keep the other team in the game. It's an abusive, toxic relationship we can't let go.
I just don't think he can pass. That's my thing. And that sounds crazy to say after he had 8 assists this game, but I'm not buying him as a passer. I'm buying him as a scorer. If they could just tell him never pass the ball, I'd be all the way in on Ray J. Dennis. Okay.
Yeah, just do you. Don't try to be a point guard, Ray J. Just be a bucket.
Team number 2 for me, I think this one's going to shock you, especially because they just got blown out today by your Ohio State Buckeyes. Stock up for Santa Clara.
Wow.
I think this team's really good. How much Santa Clara have you watched this season?
So I only have watched a game and a half, but they did impress me in that game and a half, but they also did get blown out today, like you stated. But like is it Adama Ball? I believe his name is
Adama Ball.
That dude can go.
He's one of the 20 best players in the country, and that might be low. I just want to say that right now. Adama Ball is a superstar. I think he could be a lottery pick. I think if a team doesn't pick him in the lottery, whoever gets him is going to get a lottery pick caliber player. This kid is an absolute monster. We've seen Santa Clara turn guys into pros in the past. I think they've got multiple that could end up happening with this team. They got Christoph Tilley in the front court, by the way, who just remember the name. He's like 7'1". He can shoot. He can pass. He's honestly a player that, like, you would absolutely love the game of, knowing the type of bigs that you like. His BMI doesn't hit your caliber, though. But he can just do a lot for how big he is. I think this team has dudes, and I think they're going to make the tournament. I feel very strong in that. They're going to be the team I think a lot of people hoped St. Mary's would be, as like a real team that can fight Gonzaga in that conference. And whoever catches them in the first round of the tournament, like, God forbid, if they're like a 10 or 11 seed and they catch like a 7 or a 6 and then a 2 or a 3 the next round, I think this team could make a deep run in the tournament.
No one Illinois is there left. They're going to get matched up with. Illinois is going to get matched up with all these sneaky teams that we're talking about. They're going to get BYU. They're going to get Santa Clara.
Dog, if Illinois gets Santa Clara round 1, I'm so sorry, but I can't pick Santa Clara quick enough in that setting. I love this team. And watch Adama Ball for real. Go look up his highlights. Like, this kid, it got dicey for them in the Oregon game, back and forth game. And he just scored 10 straight points on his own in 3 minutes. And it was like a step back 3, mid-hezzy pull up, got all the way to the rim and one, and then a dunk, like off a steal breakaway. Like, he can literally do it all on the floor. I'm so impressed. I'm in love with this game. My third stock up team. Oh boy. They're my least favorite team in the country right now. It's the Texas A&M Aggies.
Unfortunately, I agree with you. I know it hurts, but like, yeah.
So for those that don't know the backstory, I only made one bet today. I sent it to our Discord. I didn't send it to the Dub Club because I didn't do any individual games. I literally just bet a parlay today. It was 2 NFL games. It was 2 college basketball games. The first 3 legs all hit. It was $100 to win $2,000. The final leg of this game, or this parlay, was Texas A&M to beat Iowa State. Texas A&M was down 35-16 when I was feeding my daughter tonight, and I checked the cash out. I could cash out for like $150, make a small profit on the $100 bet that I placed still. They looked dead. I mean, you and I were texting about it. They looked like they didn't want to be there. They're missing 2 of their 3 best players, and Wade Taylor was doing nothing. He looked like he had no interest in being there. So I cash out. Texas A&M goes on an 18-0 run, ends up dominating the second half, steals the game away. This team has no quit. This team is the team you and I thought they were when we fell in love with them during Feast Week. They're tough as shit. Wade Taylor's one of the 3 best guards in the country. Like we've been talking about Tyson Walker. I think Wade Taylor's better than Tyson Walker right now. I think he might be the 2nd best guard in the country.
I mean, I'm not mad at that take. Wade Taylor's really, really good. Coleman's good. I love their team. Solomon Washington is just like the perfect like glue guy, energy guy too. I love his game. He plays it with an intensity, and I don't know. I just love watching that team play. And they were able to pull off a win tonight, being down 20 and without 2 of their best players against Iowa State team that is not bad. So I like that team. There's not going to be anything that can get me off Texas A&M, I think, for the rest of the year. I've already made that decision, and I'm going to just ride or die with it. But yeah, unfortunately, you do have to put them there. I know they hurt you, but that's a good call by you.
Yeah, and one bonus from me. I know we're supposed to stick to 3, but I have one bonus. Stock up. Big Ten is stock up card. The Big Ten is stock up. You want to know why?
Couldn't go down?
You want to know why? Here's why.
Couldn't go down?
Here's why. Purdue's that. Like we don't gotta have concerns if Purdue's actually the best team in the country now. Purdue's the best team in the country. Our conference has the best team in the country. Say that again and again and again. Like they're gonna elevate everything. Illinois looks legit. Michigan State, signs of life against Arizona. Ohio State, huge couple of neutral wins. They beat Alabama. They beat a Santa Clara team that I absolutely love. Wisconsin showing some serious signs of life, winning some basketball games. Like even the teams that are lower down the list are showing signs of life at least and reasons to be excited about this group. But all in all, I'm buying the Big Ten because at the end of the day, they have the best team in the country in this conference, and there's no denying that anymore.
I'm not mad at all. While we are mentioning the Big Ten, let's not be in shock when we get to the end of the year and we're having discussions and the serious conversation that Roddy Gale is the best guard in the Big Ten actually has legs.
He's really good, man. He's so fun to watch.
He's so like that game that I know this isn't part of the set, but that game that they had against Bama where it was basically just like, all right, you know what? We've been struggling. We got 2 dogs. We got Bruce Thornton and we got Roddy Gale. Let's see what those guys can do.
Yeah, it was special. It was truly special.